are live. Sorry about starting a little bit late. Food was later than probably should have been, so ate it really quickly before the stream. Came in a little bit late. I am stuffed. Probably not the healthiest of things to eat so quickly, but whatever. I can live a little bit. Okay, back to this. I'm still a little bit worried about repositioning Reyna up there, the archer. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be an ordeal for me. Yeah, she just, it needs to be rotated. You could kind of fudge it in that direction, that she's currently having her arms stretch the bow to, but it's not really correct. She's farther away, that's why she's small, and she needs to have the correct aim. Hello there, Blood Swords, Zarlark. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, because I need to finish Ox here. Not old Ox, but new Ox. Now her skin, I need... Oh man, I was just watching Lucid Pixels, a good artist on YouTube to listen to. And I was looking at how he had was starting to sketch out a back, and I'm like, oh god, I really need to just get back into figure drawing. I need to do a lot of things that I keep telling myself I need to do. Because yeah, this is very sketchy, scratchy, but it's okay, because her skin's supposed to look like stone, so we can get away with the fact that I'm not quite sure what I'm doing at the moment, but yeah, more practice. Also, these lines that I did, I found out that she's got more of a granite look, so I need, I think, to change these slightly. Granite is what I think it looks like, right? No? Maybe? I thought it had like little lines through it, but no, it's the little dots. It can have some line work. I mean, there's different kinds of granite here. I'm not quite sure specifically. Look up a Goliath. Just chillin', you got a great asthma voice. So I've been told. I still haven't really felt like making asthma specific videos. I'm not really a part of that scene, and I mean, like, I have nothing against it, but I just haven't really exploited that fact about my voice. Apparently, it's been strange ever since I started streaming online, the feedback that I've gotten about my voice, and I mean, it's always been with me, so it's a neutral point for me. I did not think my voice was all that great or all that bad. It can kind of get a little bit, I think, too gravelly or too sharp when I'm really excited, but otherwise I have not paid it much mind, so it's been nice to hear that people enjoy it for whatever they enjoy it for. Okay, I need a D&D Goliath. This looks relatively safe to show. So it doesn't really look like... Yeah, see, this is the image I know for Goliaths from the book. the face paint and stuff. And I know they have like grayishy skin. But these don't really look like, their skin looks like stone to me. So this isn't very helpful. I'll look back. Yep. Yep. Just reminded me to practice. Always. Okay, so I guess I'll just play around. I want to have a little bit of swirly lines going on. Obviously, I'm going to have a lot of noise, which is very easy to do. So I might as well just get that out of the way. And that just gives the granity look, I think. So we'll need a neutral gray. That's probably will work. And then we filter it and add noise. Very straightforward. I wish you could make the specks bigger and smaller. It's one thing I don't like about this is you can add noise, but it's the same size there. Not enough variation, I think. I mean, there's some spots that are a little bit bigger than others. I don't know how well you can see on your screen, but okay. I think that should be fine. If we just overlay that, we'll have the noise there. Obviously, I need this to be strictly on her skin itself, so I'm going to, what's the word? It's a clipping mask. So now it's just on her. I think we'll need a little bit more definition though. It's awfully subtle, which I figured might be the case. Should we play around with the levels a little bit? I don't know. Get a little bit more darks, a little bit more lights. I think that'll work as a starting point. Looks very awkward up close. Hello there, Tom. Great static TV. I feel like the static on the TV was a little bit different. It's been a very, very long time, but I seem to remember it more horizontally shifted. Because of course I would remember that. Yeah, that brings back memories, like trying to get in certain channels and they're really staticky. Some of them would just come in enough. Just like a radio station. If I like it, I'm keeping it, dang it. Alright, so we have that. I'm going to add a little bit more to the skin noise thing effect, I think. Turn skin dark off for the moment, just so that I can see what I'm doing. It's overlay anyway. Guess we'll try the grunge brush. How are you both? Okay. Oh, Zarlark, what's going on with you? I'm pretty good. I mean, I just stuffed myself silly before coming on stream. So I feel like I should be taking a nap. But overall, pretty good. Abed convinced me to get, what was it, Dying Light? Zombie co-op game. Even though I had just done some shopping recently, so I was like, oh, this is the worst timing, dude. But I bought it, and there's apparently like an hour tutorial that you have to get through before you can co-op with the person. And I mean, like, it, for me, I could take or leave the game. It wasn't one that I gravitated to, like, as a good game to just play for me. It might change as I play it, but overall it was just like a get it for co-op kind of thing. But it is moddable, and so that immediately said to me that I'm probably getting a good deal because I can get extended content with it and support from the community. So, bit that bullet. Let's just say it's been a very long day. Well, at least it's done then. Cool beans, cool beans. Back to this. Oh, goodness gracious. That one was rendered much better than you. Oh, there's my reference for you. Yeah, every time I want to open something, I have to take a moment because I don't know if it's going to pop up on one monitor over the other sometimes. I want to make a new layer here. I just want to smooth her out a little bit. Got like the shape done more or less here. But if I'm going to be adding on details, now's the time to clean this all up. It is past midnight, so it is a new day. New day, new possibilities. Isn't that how it works? Goodness. Some highlights in here. Ooh, I'm getting significant lag here. It's not cool. What do we have running in the background? Close that. Close that. Update available. What? Game ready driver. Oh god. See, I enjoy the art streams, but sometimes, like I'm getting flashbacks to the stained glass. It was really bad then. Sometimes I get like this lag with Photoshop, and it's so odd because when I'm gaming, I don't really get any noticeable lag difference. Let's get the hair out of here. Put the hair back later. But with Photoshop, I can really easily get a big difference. And I hate it. Because normally you're pretty used to writing or drawing and it instantaneously happening as you do it. It's what your brain is used to. I mean, even like with the games, like you're used to getting like a certain response. It was pretty interesting going back, playing some of the retro games they've got, like that have slipperier jumps. And like Conker's Bad Fur Day. It feels like there's a lag to that, where I have to jump before I think I should. And it's so awkward to like train your mind to do that. And here I'm controlling the size of the brush with my tablet itself. There's a ring on it that I can slide back and forth. And when you have the one-to-one non-lag when you're drawing, it's really easy to control the sensitivity of how much paint you're putting down, which is automatic with the pen pressure, and modulating the size. But when you have to worry about lag, it makes it much harder. Like you have to really be thinking. I will survive. Oh dear. Dying Light looks interesting. Yeah, it reminded me of Assassin's Creed with all the parkour, which is pretty cool. But they also say it's like a hardcore zombie game, like you're gonna die from zombies. So we'll see. We know that I'm not the best. It's under pressure. And a zombie night would be pressure. I don't have much experience with co-op games. It's an acquired taste. I remember when I first started my foray into PC gaming. I was coming off of mostly Nintendo consoles, and I had very little experience with co-op as well, just because I'm an only child. I didn't really have too many friends that were really into gaming. And I played like a lot of Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, so single player games. So it didn't really have a good setup for co-op. The most that I was really honestly exposed to was Mario Kart when it was a fad and we all brought our carts in. So it felt weird. I remember actually, it's funny, I got when I got Steam and I met more friends online and I connected more with the some of the friends I already had, I was able to do more of the co-op stuff. But it was still like a sort of not uncomfortable, but weird for me, I guess. And playing something like Overwatch, I got that, and I was playing against bots pretty much exclusively when I was playing by myself. Because it felt awkward to like play with people, especially like strangers that I didn't even know. But then I got over that pretty quickly. Once my friend convinced me, he's like, you know what, we should just play a live match without the AI. That'll be fine. Trust me. I have no friends who are into gaming other than the friends I've met online. Yeah, for me, I mean, it's actually not entirely fair. Now that I'm like thinking about it, there was when Pokemon was phenomenally popular as a kid. I had a friend. We used to play Pokemon together, like trading our Pokemon and battling. So like I did have that experience, and that was the beginning of like when I was playing when I was introduced to real video games, not the PC cereal box games. And that was great, but I think that's what kind of set me up for being more of a single player person, because I had gotten, I think, Pokemon, I want to say Crystal. I got that, and I was super excited about it because I'm like, look, you can be a girl. We've added all this new content, and my friend was just like, yes, cool. She completely didn't stick with playing with me, and at that point, I think I was more like, I'm just gonna do my own thing, I guess now. And then after that, it was pretty much, that was it. I was just playing my own games, my own time. And like, some of my friends, I think they had home consoles like PlayStation and stuff, but it just wasn't like a passionate thing in their lives like it was for me. And to be fair, when I would hang out with them, I would, we would go outside. We would run around outside or play like more physical games, physical interaction. Overwatch, I really love the single player deathmatch, but was uncomfortable with every other mode. That mode I'm still really uncomfortable with. I like being a team player. It's kind of where I'm at. At least with Overwatch. I can't really say that that's true for every single game. It really depends on how the game's designed and if it's something I enjoy. But as a FPS, I definitely like working together with a group. I think this arm is not right. Because that FPS and 2D fighting games are things that I just did not grow up with. You like trolling people with May and Sombra? No. May and Symmetra. I actually had to think about that for a moment. Because only the visual came to mind, and I'm like, she has a name. Wait for it. But yeah, I do like that. It's very cathartic sometimes. But before all that, I was just like a scaredy cat. Just be support, so no one will yell at me, except everyone yells at support. And then I got jaded, and I started playing more offensive characters. Just playing quick play, there's no pressure. There's always pressure. People will make pressure happen. Just gotta figure out how you're gonna deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit softer here. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. It's non-competitive mode. The whole game's competitive though. So you've got people aiming to win. You've got people that can be salty about it. Now you're an adventurous cat. I mean, I could still be a scaredy cat. Multifaceted individual. Filthy casuals like me. I'll always be a filthy casual. I wear that badge proudly because that way no one expects it when I actually do good. And do well. Place to try out, learn new heroes and try out wonky stats. I feel like strats. I feel like they should have a mode specific for that. Like the wonky strats and really experimenting with new characters and stuff. Maybe not AI based, but just a certain space. I guess the PTR is essentially that, right? It's supposed to be the experimental build, and people don't really take things too seriously on there. But then it's like you're opening up a whole different version of the game. I'd rather have a specific mode actually on the game. I'm probably asking for too much there. Oh my god. This lag, guys. It's killing me. God damn it. Photoshop, respond to me. There we go. Found a niche playing single player deathmatch as Reaper, but I'm hopeless with every other aspect of the game. Practice makes perfect. Reaper just got huge buffs. Oh gosh. It's exactly what I needed to hear. Oh well, he'll never instill the same fear in me that I get with Soldier's ult going off. I swear. If I'm not a tank, I cry. Because I'll die. That's why I freak out. I'm like, oh great. I'm gonna die now. That jerk face is auto aim. I think I could play Reaper very well as part of a team I know and trust. I mean, but that's life though. You're never always gonna be set up with people that you're gonna know and trust have your back. That's what I found really interesting playing so much quick play. How there's these complete strangers with you, but you have this common goal that you're trying to reach. And you guys generally know how to work with each other. And when that comes together, and when you're able to like read the other player and know to do a thing and then they do a thing, it's a pretty magical moment when I really sit back and think about it. Like the whole idea of it. Plus, in those kind of situations, I've also come to terms with the fact that you're going to probably have to switch a bit. Reaper's pretty good, for sure. But it's always good to have at least like 3 or 4 characters that you're decent in. Because someone might pick the character that was your main, or the team would need something a little bit different. That's what happened with me and Zenyatta. I can only go so far. And now I just don't really like playing him too much. Just so sad. So sad for me because I love Zenyatta so much. I play tank, she heals. Yeah. You could totally play with us. I also had some luck with Zenyatta. For me, it's kind of sad-ish to say, but I guess it's not really. For me to feel comfortable, because it's a game that I was kind of out of my element in, and then I was playing quick play by myself, so I was just playing with all these strangers that had these expectations of me, and I was still like learning and growing as a player, which I mean you always are, but whatever. Playing Zenyatta was just really soothing because if I screw up and I die, he says something nice and encouraging. And you get back out there. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh god. I want this to look much better. Soldier 76 to a much lesser extent, and the Chinese girl. May. May is my bae. I love her. That's another one, talking about delays. Her delay fire is pretty weird, but I've gotten used to that, so I can get used to this. Lag. As it's lighter, that shoulder looks a little bit too big. Mm. Probably as good as it's gonna get. Unfortunately. But I think it looks a bit better. Carrie Twin! Hello there. Now, let's try to do some subsurface stuff here. Don't know how well it's gonna turn out. So I'm gonna, oops. I'm gonna duplicate this layer. No. Patreon. It helps a little. I love Zarlark's fresh air quote. It would be pretty fresh in the winter. Something like crisp, I guess, though. Nope. Not gonna do that. I think I just need to make this outline a little bit better. Come on, Photoshop. Which tank do you play, Bear Chaser? Mostly Orisa, but I think you played pretty much all of them at one point or another. I don't play too much Roadhog, though. Zarlark is back. Tried some of the tanks, and the only one I ever felt I might be able to play is Winston. Winston's cool. I feel like he dies a little bit too quickly, though. But then again, I don't really play too many tanks, so I don't really know how to play him properly. Had to learn how to use them so I don't die quickly. Yeah, there's a few times when I got really lucky. I remember the British map. I can't recall the name of it. Where I was able to jump back, like, over the fence over and over again and just kind of spawn camp them. It felt really good. It was very silly. They should have been able to counter me pretty easily, but they just didn't. Just like jump over there, do a bunch of damage, jump back, get healed. How dare you not remember the bird? I mean, I remember it visually quite well, but... I like the cultural intrigue of that map. These hands are probably going to change quite a bit when I add the chain in. So I'll kind of leave them like that for the moment. I want to kind of finalize, well, make a rough for the chain so I can get the hands fully painted before I go to the other steps of this. How much did the hair cover? Yeah. Let's clean that up a little. Oh, hard brush. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Never tried Orisa? Probably like her if you like tanking. She's a great solo tank, which I usually am. Yeah, like she's the tank I feel most comfortable with, besides Reinhardt. But I feel more comfortable with her than I do Reinhardt these days. It's got a good amount of survivability. Yeah, good survivability. Should do a load of quick play and try out a lot of new characters. I think in the arcade there's a mode you can just do that just randomizes the characters. It's a good way to just get you trying new things. Yeah, heals along with her 6 shield. It takes a lot to kill you. Stop feeling so anxious about letting my team down in quick play. Yeah, that, I know that feeling. Had it a lot. Yeah, it's pretty much why I became a support main, but I enjoy the choice that I made. Feels like I can focus better as a support when it comes to my team, whereas when I'm dealing damage, it can be hard to not just gain a tunnel vision on like what you're doing. It's harder. In my opinion, tanks and heals have the most dramatic effect on the game. Yeah. A lot of people just expect the healer to heal them when they're like in the heat of battle. And it's really like a last resort to go running after healing packs. Oh my god, Photoshop. Dang it. I'm doing this with a layer mask. It's questionable behavior. Come on, Photoshop. Was that actually like... Nope. Damn it. Oh, I see. I changed my color. There we go. Starting to lose my mind. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Okay, I'm gonna do the hair later when I don't have lag, because to a certain degree I can manage that, but when I'm dealing with hair, it's a lot of wispy movements. It's not gonna be easy without having full control for my brush. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, later days. Let's work on this. Missed the dings! Yeah, I didn't hear them. It was weird. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't, I guess. Here, let me move my references out of the way. There's a lot of stuff that blocks OBS when I'm doing this. Sing for me! What? And also, wait, is that Make It Rain? Okay, that Make It Rain is right now too. It's satisfying to get those things from eliminations. Yes. Positive affirmation that you've done something right. Yeah, I do like the mechanics that make up Overwatch are very well done, I think. Things feel like they make good impact. Sing for you. Sing for you. Ooh, that's what I've been practicing. Maybe I'll remember the lyrics of. Go, brain, go! Actually have to think for a moment here. Leave that on there. Okay. Runes Newham. Alright, I can do that, but I don't want to like get into her headspace to sing it correctly. Because there's acting involved with that, but I don't know if I can do that right now. Okay. Shit, I can remember these lyrics. I just need to start it. Don't let me show cruelty, though I may make mistakes. Don't let me show ugliness, though I know I can hate. And don't let me show evil, though I know... Oh, no, wait, I fucked up. Don't let me show evil, though it might be all I take. Show me love, show me love, show me love. Don't let me think weakly, though I know that I can break. Don't let me feel apathy while I am still awake. And don't let me think too long of the one I'm bound to face. Show me love, show me love, show me love. Oh man, I cannot multitask when I sing. There you go. That is Rune's new hymn, more or less. I wore DM. Yes! I'll take it. I'll put that on my sheet. Think I won't. I'm gonna do it right after this stream. I'm gonna add the ASI points and I'm gonna put that right on there. Oh wait, I don't actually. Now that I'm paying attention back to the dynamics of light and how it's hitting this character, even though I can't see the light source at the moment on this canvas. There's a lot going on right now. Oh, I think I need to do soft. Soft. Should, because I always forget during game. I mean, to be fair, we rarely ask, too. And then when we do, it's usually like, yeah, sure. Nice and casual. Just how I like it. Show me light. I mean, I could twist it to very much, I don't know. I like love. Love is, it works. I think it works. I feel like it's too cheesy when it's just always about light. I could be wrong though. Oh my god, can't handle this lag. It's a slow one today. Pretty much think all my players should have DM inspiration every session, but I always forget to give it out. Blessed with great players, though. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm only in 2 of the games, so I don't know about the others. I mean, it's a great mystery. Get into it, man. I mean, that's why we have tabletoppers on the Discord, so that way, like, people at least can have that to learn about D&D or to experience it if there's no group in their area. No excuses here. I wish I could listen to the sessions. I mean, you can. It's open. Anybody can hop in. Like, that's why the very beginning I was very interested in having that aspect of the Discord available. Because I know how hard it can be when you don't know people to, like, get together and play D&D. You don't know other people that would be interested in playing it. And the internet's just really great for connecting people on that level. And just for, like, experimenting and learning about not just D&D, but any other game that people want to play on there. Go start watching Critical Role. I feel like that's a really good way to learn more about D&D, but I feel like the best way to know whether it's your jam or not, you gotta play it. In terms of it actually being it can be your jam as a let's play, but I mean, if you want to know if you really like playing it, you should probably just play it. Persons. It's a gaming group essentially that they're recording their sessions, their play sessions. It's gotten really popular because it's like backed by Wizards of the Coast and all that. Is that Wizards of the Coast? Wait, did I fumble on that? Wizards of the Coast isn't the parent company of D&D, is it? Well, whatever. It's backed by D&D itself. Stream of voice actors, yeah, voice actors. The presentation's really well done on that live stream. Critical Role has been cited as being a cause for the huge increase in interest in D&D. I feel like it's not backed by... Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was backed by D&D. Like, I know in the beginning, it was just a group of friends. But I thought they had, at least semi-official backing from D&D Beyond. I recently became a sponsor. Okay, so I probably just saw that and I assumed that had happened earlier than not. Because I know that they started out as just a group, and then I think they used Geek and Sundry as a platform for streaming their stuff. And then it kind of blew up from there. But I feel like Critical Role is definitely a factor in D&D hype and getting people interested in it. But I almost feel it was like inevitable for more interest in D&D and tabletop gaming in general to come about, just because of all of this gaming culture to have come about recently in these recent years. Like, everybody being super into playing video games and watching Let's Plays. Tabletop gaming, I feel, is like a natural extension, part of that umbrella. Like the National Tabletop Day and everything else. Ton of people watching stream not knowing what D&D was and wind up playing because of it. Definitely. D&D Beyond is its own entity, even though they got the rights to use the ampersand. I mean, I know that DM is a voice actor, and I think some people were really interested by him being a part of it. Yeah, he's, the DM is the guy that voices McCree in Overwatch. Random fact for the day. The DM is McCree in Overwatch, yep. Leon is from Resident Evil. See, I don't know any of the other ones. but I do know McCree. Matt Mercer McCree. I was gonna say, I think they're all a little bit famous, yeah. I mean, as voice actors, yeah. They're like out there in the industry. Ellie from The Last of Us. I didn't realize that was an actor that was like part of it. I know, like, I guess I'm not super sure, but I think they have like guests, right? Because I remember The Rock was involved with it at one point, but I know that he didn't like stay on as like a normal cast member. They've had guests. Ah. I turned down my music because I was singing and I never turned it back up, and I'm like, it's so quiet. It's so quiet in here. That's better. Vin Diesel did a one-shot. Oh, God. I love his voice far too much. Yeah, wasn't he the one that spurred the there's a homebrew character class? Stand by Matt. Though had a couple cast members on, so people got confused. Not actually Critical Role. Oh. Bloodhunter class, yeah. Yeah. See, I was thinking that was the case, because I had very limited exposure to the Bloodhunter class. Kelly had played it for a hot second, and I seem to remember it, like, there was talk about the Vin Diesel thing and how it's like a homebrew, and then that stopped, and then when Courtney was playing, I was like, this looks familiar, but I'm not super sure. Celebrate D&D? That sounds strange to me. It's like trying to say celebrate D&D, but just trying to be a little bit too cute about it. I'm gonna watch this next Critical Role stuff before the end of next weekend. Oh my. Alright, so Tom, there's like a shit ton of Critical Role episodes out. Hours and hours and hours. And I think the current campaign is, I mean, it's the same setting as the last. The same, like, world. So events have happened already. So I actually was trying to understand more about Critical Role, and I ended up watching lots of recap videos. To know what was going on in the last campaign, to kind of try to start watching the new reboot. I personally couldn't really get into it, especially since there's so much content. It literally scared me. But you might want to choose your starting point, is what I'm saying, instead of just jumping right into the newest stream once it goes live. Probably going to want to start with either this this last campaign or this current campaign, like at the beginning session. But Beatrice is probably the best person to talk about this. 50 plus episodes, my gosh. Dip my toes into it. Yeah, definitely start with the first episode of one of them is my tip. Beginning of campaign 1 is rough. Oh yeah, because that was before they got all famous and stuff, right? Audio issues. So probably would want to start with this last session. The new characters and whatnot. Please link me up. I knew that was gonna come. I'm sure Bear Chaser can give you a good, if not link, title. No more tea and it's so sad. Need like one of those giant mugs. Don't go that far. Dang it. Looking for the episode title that was the greatest barding a bard has ever barded. Is that the beginning one, or is this like just your choice for a really good episode to get Tom hooked? So now when people do that, they're just like, I want to get you really hooked on this show I'm watching, so here's this episode. Not the beginning. Soft frame brush. Oh my gosh. Trying to make sure that this doesn't look too flat. Trying to figure out how I need to bend the dark portion. Oh my gosh, you know what? I never took the color stuff off. Probably was not helping things with my color picker. It's just been a rough night. All in all. Just amazing episode with great roleplay and fun D&D mechanics. My brain was caught between saying RP and roleplay. C1, episode 30. Oh, campaign 1, episode 31. Gunpowder Plot. Campaign 1, episode 18 and 19, our greatest well, and the party splits, half in each episode. What? Splitting the party? Scandalous. The DM made them. Still scandalous. Alright, our legs are looking better. Add the muscle definition here. While I'm thinking about it, I was going to give her some kind of footwear because they were supposed to be in winter garb. So I probably shouldn't worry too much about her thighs and making them super muscular because I'm gonna be putting some kind of barbarian-esque looking. Oh, that's work. Oops. Dang it. Gonna put the boots on. I think partially because they had so many guest stars planned. I guess that makes sense. These are all recommendations for starting points for Critical Role. Starting from season 1, episode 1, not a good idea then. It's starting from the beginning, the first campaign, it's rougher because they were just starting streaming, so the quality isn't as good. And I don't think they were really used to streaming as like getting into the rhythm of it essentially. but I don't really know. You could totally watch it, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. See, even Bear Chaser said it's great. Can't you enable a not disturb mode on Windows just so you won't get notifications from streaming? I thought I had... I thought I had that permanently on, to be honest. But then it would still give me like alerts, so I kind of gave up and just let Windows kind of do what Windows does. But yeah, probably should be a tad more professional with those things. Trust you people. Trust Bear Chaser giving you all the recommendations. Oh, actually. Better to have this one softer. Oops. And have this be a little bit lighter. There we go. All right. I think that's fine. I'm gonna put boots on. So, isn't it late there, Tom? It should be. People keep phoning me. Why would they be phoning you in the middle of the night? My goodness. You're on call for the lifeguard thing? I guess I should do a rough of the boots. Oh dang, I didn't save that reference. Okay. I have to look it up again real quick. So there's one reference that I really liked for that. Don't know if I'll be able to find it again. Wow. Okay. I cannot... Oh, I think I found it, actually. Oh, we're not going to really see too much of it, though, for it to really matter. Yeah, trying to Google female barbarian. There's a few pictures that Twitch would probably take offense to. Sounds about right. The internet is shares the place. Well, you know, scantily clad is kind of the barbarian way, so I can understand it, but It's not really very appropriate for this. I mean, geez, doing this side boob is dangerous enough. Yeah, all right, let's try to go high. See if this will look good. All that painting that I did probably won't even be used. Curve's pretty important here. Alright, let's see if we can pull off the cool factor. Open image in new tab. And like, I think I've mentioned before, these characters are all carrying probably extra cred, like backpacks and stuff, but don't think it works really well for an action shot like this. And also didn't really want to paint all these backpack details, so didn't do that. Now, this style is kind of bell-bottomy, which probably isn't the best for trekking around in the snow like they were before. But the way it looks in the reference looks like it could be doable, especially if underneath the furry bell-bottoms there was extra protection, so I'm going with that. Minutia of adventuring isn't dramatic, as you learn with being put in charge of tracking food and water in the Monday game. I mean, I already knew about the whole dramatics in that context, but yes, being in charge of food and water is that's all right. Kind of works out as Rune being that kind of character. Which, if you all play your cards right, shouldn't be an issue much longer. I mean, that's why I very much was interested in taking another level of cleric rather than dipping into something else to be able to use the new greatsword, because being able to create food and water would mean that I would have to do less math. There'd be less chance for us starving to death. Just saying, for a combat scene, assume the characters have left all their gear outside and just have the bare essentials on them. That's why I'm painting it the way I am. You don't really see too many illustrations with, like, the characters in full gear and, like, a bunch of random stuff jiggling around on them. Strap. Something about here. Here. Strappies. Oh. Random stuff jiggling around them as she finishes the side boob. I always found it really comical that Ox can run around doing all these crazy things with what looks like humongous jugs. And not be in pain doing that. But it's a fantasy game for a reason. Oops. Silly me. Oops. I don't want a history eraser, you weirdo. I don't know what key combination that was that you made me, or that I made you think that that was the case, but that was not the case. It's kind of coming towards the person. Probably fine. Always just trying to block it out before I go too crazy on details. Helps because then you learn like what's plausible about the shape and what might need fixing. Blares out a little. Flip faster, dang it! Don't have much time left. Should really work on more of this out of stream though, when I don't have too much lag to deal with. It slows it down quite a bit, which is unfortunate. This actually has to... Probably should have made a backup. No, get out of here. God. Reminds me of like when they came out with Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. And like they always have like new mechanics they put into those games every time around. Some like they'll have new Pokemon, those copy over into the newer games in the series, and then they'll have like little mechanics that usually don't. Some of them, like the core concept that they created will carry over, like berries being a thing or something, certain items, but growing berries and pageants for Pokemon, like those little gimmicky things. For those two games, I think it was like they added like tips and stuff, if I recall correctly. I just remember being really annoyed. Like hand-holdy. It's like, I know what I'm doing. Photoshop. Like now you're trying to be all personable. Like try this technique, try that technique. Alright, so the rest of this should be pretty much fur from this perspective. So make a new layer. This brush should be good enough for just the basic fur. Making the tufts right now. Fur is really nice. I do enjoy it. It's cool because it builds in a really noticeable way. And I always love being able to see the results of my labor nice and quick and easy. Of course, I want to keep it fairly loose. Could render this out to extreme detail. Probably use the fur brushes. But I only have a few more minutes left, so well, I guess we could. Just like Bob Ross. Oh man, now I gotta start wearing a fro. Dang, Photoshop! I don't think he got as frustrated with his tools as I do. Let's see here. I forget which were my favorites because I don't really use this too much. You can't really go wrong with this brush set. I think I've shared it on the Discord before. It's so good. You do a feel strokes with some brushes and bam, it becomes... And now we're gonna use the real stuff. Let's see. Fur. alright, I can render for later. Get there. Yeah, but I do love these brushes. Alright. 8 o'clock. Not too much progress. It did seem to like become a little bit less laggy as the stream continued, which confuses me. But I'm grateful for. Okay. We go back to, yeah, so we had, let's put our boots in a group so we can turn that off. So we had that, and now we went from that to nice shade boots. A little bit of skin texture. Which I'm gonna have to make a little bit more subtle. Just a tad bit. Just overlay on that. I don't know. Yeah, that's only gonna make the darks come in. Don't know if I wanna play around with the effects of that. For right now though, we'll just we'll leave it on. I need to make that appropriate to the lighting. But she looks a lot better. Mistaking few with feel. I'm always feeling it, man. I feel through the painting. I think that's. I mean, there are a few instances where it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. It's a well-trodden path. Still, like, intuitive, but much more efficient. A lot of the things, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, so I'm just feeling it out, really, like, what feels right and what feels wrong, and rendering anything. This character. The whole scene. Anyway, saying that a lot. Let's take this out. Zoom. Oh. There it is. Zoom in there. Show it like that as we end the stream. So that makes it look real nice. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your time. And spread the word if you enjoyed this stream, because it helps the channel grow. You can check out our Discord if you have not. You can check out the events tab on this Twitch channel to know what we'll be streaming next as well. Tomorrow is ESO. Andrew was trying to convince me to do Dying Light on stream for the first time playing it, but I think that I need to look it over and fiddle around with, you know, the different settings and stuff as you normally do when you start a game, so I think it's just going to be ESO. If you have comments or feedback about the stream, you can share them by using feedback links on the Twitch info panel or the README text channel in the Discord, maybe ESO. I mean, you can always activate God mode or the Wabbajack stream redemption thing and make it so I don't know what I'm doing. Or what anyone doesn't know if you do Wabbajack, so feel free. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So, as always, from my heart to yours, good luck.